All right, hands up. Who remembers this face, and why? Think back, well, too many years really to count. 1981, the movie Goodbye Pork Pie, iconic Kiwi car trip right the length of the country in a yellow Mini. You know, we've got a blue Mini, but we do have yellow T-shirts, and we have Shane and Myone Morgan. Welcome to Undercurrent.
Thank you very much.
Now, there's a reason for this, isn't there, for revisiting the pork pie saga, and perhaps that's a saga in itself.
Yes, there is. Not only is it a whole lot of fun, but we're raising money for a very worthy cause, this year being Leukemia and Blood Cancer New Zealand.
And just how are you using Goodbye Pork Pie to raise money for the leukemia cause?
Well, a bunch of crazy people are each taking their Mini the length of the country, following the route from the iconic movie, and they have fundraising pages set up through www.porkpie.co.nz to raise funds for this awesome cause.
Now, how did you get involved?
We found out about the 2011 run. We had purchased this Mini here and thought it would be an awesome thing to get involved with. I think we originally read a local article about it and did some research, found out it was something we'd like to do, and we've been hooked.
So this is going to be your second run coming up at the end of March.
It certainly is.
And you're busy getting money together in order to put the funds towards leukemia research.
We absolutely are. We were hoping that we might manage to beat our last year's total, which was about $1,300, and we have done that, but there is always room for more, so bring it on.
So explain to me how the fundraiser is going to work. Shane, you haven't got a word in edgeways so far. How would you like to let us know how to go about contributing?
Well, when you sign up for Pork Pie Charity Run, you get allocated a fundraising page, and that fundraising page is a direct link to Leukemia and Blood Cancer New Zealand. Anyone who donates on that page, it's 100% to leukemia. It's tax deductible. It's just a page here that chips away, and all 50 plus Mini teams have got a similar page. So they're all hooked in together to one account, so to speak. When I checked this morning, we were sitting on $85,000 raised. We'll probably see 90 by the end of the day, which will be great.
Now, there's specific things attached to your fundraising efforts, and some of them include the car, which, by the way, has a name.
Yes, her name is Felicity Jane.
And where did the name come from?
A number of years ago, I wrote for my daughter a manuscript of a children's book, and the main character in that was a girl called Felicity Jane who wasn't happy being at home and decided to run away. Quite appropriate for my then 7 or 8 year old. When we did the last run, we decided we'd auction off the manual as part of the fundraiser, and Shane then suggested that we tag the name onto the car, which we did, and it stuck.
Right. Now, I understand that the car itself was a birthday present for you.
Yes, it was. Her and I share the same vintage, and therefore she won't be going anywhere in a hurry. So we're pretty close.
So, getting back to the little things that are attached to the fundraiser, they attach themselves to Felicity Jane, but also I understand there is potential for, shall we say, indelible marking of your own two bodies.
Yes, that's correct. We are currently running an auction on Trade Me for advertising rights for a threesome, the booty of Felicity Jane, and also the backside of myself and Shane.
So how does that work?
Well, the winning bid, assuming it meets reserve, will have their graphic or logo or what have you, as long as it's deemed inoffensive and appropriate, splashed across the back of the car and tattooed on the rump of each of us.
A rump?
Prime real estate.
Prime rump real estate. Now, you also have the hood of the car is reserved also. For what?
Yes, the hood is reserved for a bunch of names. All of those who have donated to our fundraising page, their names come up on that page and will be replicated on the hood, so they in effect get to come for the ride.
Now, you do have 2011's hood with all those names. And these are all the people that contributed to it a couple of years ago. Now you only do this run every 2 years, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Just so long as it doesn't come round too often. What was the basic inspiration for this as a fundraiser?
There was, as far as I understand, there was a group of people up north in a mini club who were looking for a way to mark the original, the 50 years of the Mini. Wanted to do something that would do some good, and Starship was a nationwide charity that benefited from it at that stage. Since then, a family member of one of the organisers was diagnosed with leukaemia, which is where the association with leukaemia has come in this time round.
And of course the 2011 was the 30th anniversary of Goodbye Pork Pie. Tell me, Shane, a bit about the history of this particular car.
Well, this little 1971 Mini originally came out as an automatic car. I pursued an automatic car for Miney as she is unable to drive a clutched vehicle due to health reasons. So this was a 40th birthday present to her. We've had it for 3 years now. Closer to the run last time, we found that the automatic wasn't really going to be up to scratch to handling the 5,200k round trip. So I converted it to a manual for the run. We then put the automatic back in it, and then just 2 weeks ago I've put the manual back in it again to do the run again. And when we get home, I'll put the automatic back in it, and Miney can use the car to run to and from work. But we found that the automatic just doesn't like the open road speeds. So we wanted a car that'll get us from one end of the country and back again. So we've got the manual in it now.
So what was that distance again?
For us, it's 5,200 k's round trip.
And that includes berth on the ferry?
It no, that's just straight mileage.
Right.
Road mileage is, yeah.
Wow, that's a fair whack to put this little blue coupe through, isn't it?
It is,
eh?
But it's good. It's a faithful little car. It ticks along nicely. We tend to sit on about 90 kilometres an hour because that's where it just likes to sit. So each day of the run isn't a race. It's the next destination is this point, and we'll see you when you get there.
So do you travel in convoy with all the other minis that are on the run?
We initially leave Kaitaia in a group, but after that it's at your own pace, and some people travel in a group of 3 or 4. Last time we travelled in a group of 3. The organisers and the drivers themselves are very conscious of other users of the road and don't want to be seen as a hindrance on the road, so we tend to spread out a little bit. And yeah, we have stop points during the day where we all regroup and have our photos done and put our buckets out and then continue. So yeah.
One of the stop points obviously will be in Wellington at a ferry terminal. And how many minis are going to be trying to clamber aboard the ferry at once?
Well, the management at the ferry terminal were very good. They put a queuing lane aside for us so that all 50 cars will line up together. They'll load a part of the ferry and then they'll call us on as a group. So on the ferry itself is 50 cars spread about 3 wide. So yeah, it's quite a spectacle even on the ferry itself.
Now, Mayani, you would have been quite small when the original Goodbye Pork Pie movie came out. So when did you first get your indoctrination into this particular piece of Kiwi movieabilia?
Yes, I was of an age that my parents did not think it appropriate. I watched the movie when it came out. When we decided that we were going to do the run in 2007, my first viewing of the movie was 2011. My first viewing of the movie was Christmas Eve 2010.
And what were your thoughts?
It was a real flashback to the 80s, but it looked like a lot of fun, and it certainly proved to be. We were really looking forward to it, and absolutely looking forward to it again.
So you replicated that sense of the open road, the great Kiwi road movie during the fundraiser.
Absolutely, definitely.
The run itself follows the route of the movie. So it's not just a jaunt down Highway 1 from one end to the other. We go to Taupo. From Taupo we go through National Park. We stop at Smash Palace, or Horopito as it's now known. From there we drive through Wanganui, through Kowhai Gardens, which was part of the movie. Wellington is the ferry terminal. It's a bit hard to get us all into the train station. So from Wellington, we're down to Christchurch, then across Arthur's Pass to get to Greymouth. The next day is Greymouth, up Haas Pass, Alexandra, back up to Dunedin, and then down to Invercargill. So we cover basically the exact same roads, except luckily for us, the west coast side of the roads and stuff are now sealed and not gravel.
Are you going to be pursued by a policeman in a Holden Belmont?
Last run there was exactly that. One of the teams last run got an old grey Belmont, got some lights from the police, got some stickers. They notified the police right down the country saying what day they'd be in what area, and you knew he was coming because the sirens were on full alert. It was great.
Oh, so one Belmont herding 50-odd minis down a state highway.
Correct. Yeah. It was great. They actually got into a very good routine where the police car and another yellow Mini would group before a township, and the yellow Mini would lead, the police car would chase it, and then we'd follow in pursuit. So the locals at all the small townships got a real show. It's a real good buzz.
Now, if people want to donate to your cause, the best way to do it is via Trade Me?
Trade Me is one way. We have a couple of auctions going there.
Yeah, because that was my first introduction to it, was on Trade Me. There was this looked like a Mini for sale, but only it's not, is it?
A certain portion of it is for sale, definitely. But yes, we popped it there so that it would get some publicity, which was part of our aim for the cause. You can also donate, however, through the porkpie.co.nz website.
Well, it's a fundraiser that the whole of New Zealand should be looking forward to, especially with the police car chasing the little yellow Mini on the 2013 Mini Pork Pie Run.